Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm Miss Lisa, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about anything I want to, science and math related. And this little video is to show you how to use your TI-84 graphing calculator doing scientific notation. I wasn't really planning on making this video, but I taught this past week in public school to my chemistry students, and they had a little bit of a hard time with it. So I thought I'd better put a video up so that to help you out too. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. You turn your calculator on here. Da-da-da-da. Now, we're doing scientific notation. What is scientific notation? It is a way of writing very little numbers and very big numbers in shorthand. Why do we do this? Because our calculator can do math on bigger and smaller numbers than it could display in its display screen. And it's also a shorthand way so we don't have to write all those zeros. That might tire our hand out writing all those zeros. And also it is a way to show significant figures or significant digits. And that is a science idea. So if you want to know more about that, you can go watch my video under the playlist that is Elements of Chemistry. That's my public school class where I just taught, and it would be under the math of chemistry. And I teach more about the why of scientific notation, where it goes with scientific digits. And it'll be a longer video explaining more about scientific notation, but it won't be as up close showing you exactly how to do it on your calculator. So the two are good to do together. All right, so we're going to put this number into scientific notation. Now, how do you do that? You have to make the decimal go to its proper place, which is behind the first non-zero digit. So you count, I pretend it's a frog, and you count and see how many times the frog jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're going to put this number in our calculator, and the frog is jumped where he's supposed to go behind the 7, so I do 7.48. That was my number. Now I say times 10. Now I don't do times 10. I've had students do that, and you'll end up getting the wrong answer. Because sometimes it works, but sometimes you'll get the wrong answer. And the reason why is your calculator won't recognize this as one number. It'll think of it as two numbers, 7.48 times 10 to an exponent. So then when you're doing math, it will do math on part of the number and not the whole thing. So how we do times 10 is we use this button right here that says second, and we push it. And then right there behind the comma on your calculator is EE. That stands for scientific notation. So I push the comma, and it makes an E right there on my display, and that E means times 10. So I do not hit times, and I do not hit 10. Now Casios are different. They've actually got you do it different. So if you're doing Casio, don't watch this video, stop it, and go find yourself a Casio video. This is just for the Texas Instruments, and it really works for all of them. You just find the EE button in different places and different Texas Instruments. Okay, so now my exponent was 7 frog jumps, but do you see how my number is way littler than 1? It's a tiny number, a tiny, tiny decimal point. That means I don't put in 7 as my exponent. I put in -7. So I get negative here and 7 here. I do not, notice I don't put it as an exponent. It is on the same level as the rest of the number. So it's not, you don't use the up. You don't use the, some calculators have y to the x. You don't use that. You just type in -7. Now we're going to make it, we're going to take that number and we're going to multiply it with this real big number. So now we're going to say times, and now we're going to put in the big number. And if we count its frog hops, it is going to take 9 till it gets to its right place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Its proper place is behind the first non-zero digit. So we're going to do 2.4 is our base. And now we say second comma for the E. And it's a real big number, so it's a positive exponent. We just put 9. Hit enter, and there's our answer. 1,795.2. And we can look and dun, there it is. Now, for those of you doing the class, make sure that you do all of these, that you practice all of them, starting with number 47 do all the odd ones and do all of them. Go all the way through 63, and you'll get lots of practice using your scientific notation on your calculator. It's a super important skill. You're going to need it in Algebra 2. You're going to need it in geometry. You're going to need it in pre-calculus and calculus. You're going to need it in chemistry and physics. So today's the day you got to learn this and practice it and be good at it. All right? We don't want, if we miss something in science, we want it to be because we didn't know the science, not because we made a dumb math mistake on our calculator. So keep that in mind. We got to learn our calculator. All right. So math is great. Science is great. Scientific notation is great. And I will like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.